I'm going to tell you the 5 things that you do not want to do with contact lenses. Stick around. All right, friends, today we're going to talk about the 5 things that you shouldn't do with contact lenses. And in the meantime, if you like what I have to say, please hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. And here we go. All right, guys, so we're going to talk about things that you should not do with contact lenses. The first one comes from a viewer who is named Richard from Natick, Massachusetts. And Richard asks, Dr. Hayden, I was driving down the road with my wife the other day when she reached into my side pocket, grabbed the water bottle that I had drank in the previous week, and continued to open it up and pour a small drop into each eye to lubricate her eyes. Do you think this is a good idea? Well, Richard, no. No, that's not a good idea at all. That's an awful idea. That is a recipe for disaster. So one of the things that you should know is bottled water has 10 times as many bacteria than tap water. 1. Number 2, you had drank out of it. So now bacteria that was in your mouth is in the bottle, which isn't a big deal if you're going to drink it. But if someone else is going to put it in their eye, where those bacteria could get into the contact lenses and potentially into the cornea, that not only could be an issue with conjunctivitis, but it could potentially be a corneal ulcer. So there's many things that can live in water that should not be in contact lenses, which is why you should never, ever, ever use tap water to rinse your eyes or your contact lenses. Please tell your wife. Number 2, this one's going to seem pretty obvious to most people, except for those people that do this. I find that it's more prevalent in people who wear gas perm or harder contact lenses than soft. But many times their eyes get dry and irritated, and they take their contact lenses out. And they actually put them in their mouth and think they're lubricating them. And again, they're introducing that whole host of bacteria to the lens, and then they're putting it right back in. Not a good idea. So if you're one of those few people out there that do that, don't. Number 3, don't store them in anything other than solution meant for contact lenses. And I'm talking the brand names, obviously, the Renew, the BioTrue, the OptiFree, and ClearCare. ClearCare is a whole different system that you want to make sure you're familiar with before you start putting solution in or contacts into that solution. But it happens all the time. I had an optometrist, a classmate of mine, call me one time and say, my daughter has one eye dilated. She was at a friend's house last night and didn't have contact lens solution, so she stored them in something other than that. And I said, yeah, it was probably like a Visine, because Visine in a contact lens given to your eye over time can dilate your pupil. And these are the reasons why you want to make sure that you are putting them in solution only for contact lenses. The other issue is, especially with college age kids, you never know where they're going to end up at night, and you never know where they're going to end up at night, and if they're going to keep their contacts in all night, or if they're going to store them in something they shouldn't be stored in, which is a really good reason to have your college-age students in daily disposables. So that's another thing to consider. Which takes me to number 4 with your college-age students. Do not sleep in your contacts. Sleeping in your contacts can cause irritation to the eye, which in turn gives the bacteria in your tears a way to get into the cornea and potentially cause an ulcer and loss of sight. So sleeping in your contacts is definitely not something you should do. All right, number 5. Do not rub your eyes with your contacts in. You shouldn't rub your eyes excessively either with them in or out, but people will wear their contacts, their eyes seem itchy, and they rub their eyes like crazy. And I mean, I have patients they go knuckles in and they rub them really hard. And you can do damage to your cornea. Many people who have a disease called keratoconus, you want to know what that is? Here's the video. They get keratoconus from rubbing their eyes. And usually all I have to do is ask, I'll see an increase in astigmatism in the prescription. And I'll say, hey, do you rub your eyes? And they're like, yeah, I rub my eyes a lot and really hard. And it's because they itch. Well, here's a tip. Don't rub your eyes. If your eyes itch that badly with contacts, go see your eye doctor and get fit with a lens. It doesn't itch so bad. Or use something like Zatador or Pataday, which is meant to decrease the itching, and talk to your doctor about how you should put those drops in around your contacts. So there it is, guys, the 5 biggest things you shouldn't do when wearing contact lenses. Hope this helped, and until next time, take care.